Could improving your performance be as simple as getting a blood test? Let's dig into this idea. About 5 years ago, I started learning a whole lot of new stuff around vitamins, minerals, hormones, and how all of that is playing such a massive role in our running. It's not just the runs we do, the sleep, and the food. There's obviously all this other stuff going on in our body. Now, I became aware of a lot of it because I was having some hormonal shifts. But guess what? There's all kinds of stuff that our blood can tell us. Did you know that the majority of Americans are low in vitamin D? That's a super easy test. And you know what happens when you're low in vitamin D? You have fatigue and you're moody, and there's a bunch of other things that aren't so fun with it. And guess what? That is obviously going to impact your running. Being low in iron, super common for women, but it's not something that you want to supplement if you aren't low, because being too high in iron, particularly from a supplement, can cause a whole host of other problems. So this is why I've become such a proponent and really recommend that all of my athletes actually get blood work done. So at least once a year since 2015, I've been getting blood work done through InsideTracker. Now, you can get great blood work done as part of your annual physical with your doctor. Unfortunately, I have run into two problems there. One, many of you who I have suggested that to have said that you went to your doctor and they just flat out told you no, they wouldn't do it, you were fine and you were healthy. That is the worst. When I was having so many issues, doctors just kept saying to me, but you're a runner, you're so healthy. And I knew there was something going on in my body. So either push your doctor or that's when you have to take control yourself. So the other problem is that the doctor will usually run a very base set of tests. Great for getting a peek at things, but then they don't really tell you anything after that. They don't tell you if your levels are optimized. So yeah, you've got B12 and you're fine, but are you optimized in B12 for someone who is trying to be a runner, for someone who is training for a marathon, whose body is taking more impact and more load? And what about cortisol? So cortisol is our stress hormone, which means life is kind of stressful in general, but then you add intense workouts to it, and we need to know, is our cortisol doing what it's supposed to? If it's not, it could mean that you're struggling to sleep. You've got that tired but wired feeling. You're struggling to wake up in the morning. You're holding on to belly fat. Super common issue. So for those folks who are running farther and farther and finding that their weight is going up and up, cortisol, often the root cause. But guess what? You're not going to do that or how to change it if you don't do some testing. So, like I said, I personally use InsideTracker. I recommend InsideTracker to my athletes, and there are a couple of reasons why. One, it's so freaking easy. You order it, you schedule at any lab near you, they draw the blood, and then you get results back that are actually useful. Like, hello, data that I don't have to interpret, someone else tells me exactly what it means. So what does that look like? Example, say you're low in vitamin D. They're actually going to show you on a scale where you are in terms of, are you low, are you high, and are you optimized? And if you keep doing tests over time, you'll be able to plot it. Now, in addition to that, they don't jump immediately to supplements. They 100% believe that food is an incredible resource for us. So they will give you tons of ideas. Low in vitamin B12, here are a bunch of foods that you could attempt to add in to bring that back up. Vegans, super common to be low, so then they may recommend a supplement because it's really hard to get enough through food, especially as a runner, if that's your primary way of eating. So I love that it's not only helping me optimize, but it's giving me food choices and not just straight to supplements. They will also give you some general supplement guidelines, but it doesn't feel like they are pushing products on you. So I think that's super important. You aren't buying into something that's then trying to get you to get all this other stuff and put it in a cart. That is not their goal. Their goal is to help you use your blood data to feel your best and therefore to perform your best. So, like I said, for me, it's been something I've used for at least 5 years. I love tracking that data once a year. It is a 100% worthwhile investment in health. Also, really useful. I admit that I didn't want to do it leading up to the ultra because I was sort of afraid that the numbers would not be good and it would tell me just how much my training was impacting everything. So the reality is I really should have used it, and it's really, I think, truly helpful in 2 instances. 1, you've been running a while and things just aren't feeling right. 2, you're trying to just kind of take control of your health in general. And 3 would be leading up to any sort of big event. So in that couple months before, where you've already done some base building, now you're really working into like the meat of your training plan. Doing your blood test then means you're going to have actionable data for the final months of training that are going to help you optimize all of your energy and make sure you don't have a bunch of inflammation going on. So all the things that are actually within your control, you'll have more data to check them out. So that's my thoughts on InsideTracker. I hope that you guys will check it out. As always, if you have questions though, let me know. I've got plenty of links below to more information. See you later, gang.